Alrighty. Okay, so today I'm in for the fire signs. I'm gonna get into some spiritual energy and then into the love, romance, intimacy areas. Okay, I'm gonna try not to jar anything. Oh, I'm gonna adjust here. Sorry. Been out all day. Iraq. That's good. Oh, I did not set up enough here. Lights suck. Yeah. No. Whatever. My lights are in the mail, so not much I can do. Okay. So Aries, Leo, and Sag in that order. Let's see what we get here. So I'm going to start off with Aries. See what energy they're up to. So again, I go from spiritual down into love and intimacy. So the first card, general spiritual. The Hermit. So again, Aries. Hermit card. So aren't we all kind of looking inward at this point? How am I getting glare? There's nothing. Anyway. The Hermit. Okay, so Aries. Give me a moment. Let's tap in here. What are we looking for? I don't know what we're looking. We're seeking. Yeah, we're seeking. I feel like there's something wanting to come forward here. Aries. I feel like the Aries may be trying to benefit themselves here with something. They're going inside to figure out the best way they can get what they want. We'll see what that is here. This is what I'm floating in here all of a sudden. 8 of Swords. Okay, what is going on? So the 8 of Swords is about stress, anxiety, right? This woman's looking into a mirror, feeling removed from something to a degree. we can't get ourselves out of situation or whatnot. Yeah, it's all very cryptic at this point. It's not much going on. Like the Hermit, it's just like, yeah, we're being very quiet, right? And it may be due to fear of what's going on around us at this time. But the sense I'm getting is that, but it's almost like it's rerouted our brain to go in a different direction. And Aries would be those fire signs, right? We got to tie them down to get them to stop. So a sense here that some of these fire signs are doing that. They're rerouted. The Hermit is taking them inside, where I feel like this Hermit energy, we're trying to figure things out, but we're also anxiety ridden. So we're kind of, I don't know if we're able to see clearly, but we want to come out in our strength. And that's the point here. I feel like the Aries is going, well, I'm going to make a plan here and I'm going to come out strong and swinging. But what is it all about? Next card. So on top of the Hermit too, yeah, we have the Cycles card. I'm going to read. This is a new deck I've gotten. I'm going to read from it. You go intuitively first. Cycles to me is usually about things that lessons we're needing to learn, right? When we cycle through something, it means we're continuing because we haven't learned a lesson. There's a lesson here that wants to be learned. So that may be part of the problem here for the Aries. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust. I don't know if that helps any. Yeah. Holy, everything's just off there. My messy background. Okay. Backwards. There we go. Yeah, again, going inside, why we may be quiet here, not only because of anxiety of what's going on around us, but because of some some kind of, maybe an ego trip we had here. Like an ego, meaning we got bashed. Our ego got bashed in a little bit here, so we're real quiet. More than usual is what I'm getting. And it's having to do with a lesson we needed to learn here about something, someone, a scenario. Okay. So I'm going to read from the book here and see what else they fit in there. It says what comes around goes around. Typical, right? It's a message of this symbol of cycles. The moon goes from new to full in cycles and repeats each month. And whatever you're planning to do or to reveal by asking your question will be revisited in another circumstance. So be clear about your actions. You will surely meet this experience again. So yeah, we haven't learned our lesson here with something that universally is trying to come down here and treat you with. And we're going, no, I don't want any sweets at the time. Like, we're not taking it in at all, even though we have the time to think about it. And I feel like this has to do something with either our ego is preventing this or just stubbornness, outright stubbornness to. I feel like this is something that the Aries wants. And they're going, I don't care about lessons. I want it. I deserve it. Da, da, da. And this is the cycle that's repeating. Okay. So, okay. That's what I'm getting. Now, back to the. Whatever you are planning to do or reveal by asking your question will be revisited in other circumstances. So you will not, even if you go in a different direction, you're going to come across the same bridge here. Or block, if you want to put it that way. If you refuse, right? If you refuse, it will be a block. If we learn, it will be something we go forward with. Be clear about your action. You will surely meet this experience again. And remember, what goes around comes around. Like the moon that revolves around the planet, the energy that you express in your next action will orbit around you. So make sure it's a good one. Oh, that's, yeah. So that energy, right, that we're trying to, whatever it is, we're trying to figure out there. Again, stubbornness, it's just fiery energy, right? I feel like this is a selfish need or a selfish want, and we're not seeing a bigger picture here. And this is why we're kind of looping. We're just going to keep getting a no here. To simplify the scenario, we're going to keep getting a no until we learn from this. Now, the strength. And what I'm getting now that we've had this cycle card come out is that it is our strength to go in this direction, though it is not for our highest good. This is a lesson that wants to be learned. Da da da. So we're keeping our strength in this area of going kind of in the wrong direction. But nonetheless, there she is, the high priestess of fire. And that is, oh, you will give me what I want, or I will have such wrath, right? This is the energy that I'm getting. And again, there's something here that's not being taken in as we go down this road. There's something here that we're not taking into account universally. On the Eight of Swords. Sorry. My party cups. Differences. Yeah, there's a difference here. Eight of Swords. And see, and this is stress and anxiety. And I feel like we know exactly where that sits. I think the Aries sitting there going, oh yeah, I know that's an obstacle, but I'll get by it, whether it's for my highest good or not. And I don't think they're thinking really high vibrational here. Again, it's just selfish wants. And not understanding, right, making me aware that her back is to what the difference is here. So that's giving me a sense here. Whoever is our opponent or whoever we're trying to gain something from that is truly not ours, our back is to the facts of the matter is what they're kind of making me see here. There are some things we need to kind of separate and look at. And, she's just not at all. She's not looking at that, And there's an energy of needing to look at that to see. And it's almost like that higher perspective again, seeing from that higher perspective, understanding from a different vantage point so that we can see clearly. Because I feel like this Aries just going headlong right into a lesson, but they may not understand that fully. It's the sense I'm getting. Okay, so some love cards here as we veer into the intimacy areas. They help us deal with this. Now it says union of hearts. There's a connection of love that defies explanation. So we may be dealing with a partner here in this way. I hope not, because it's pretty, I don't want to say cutthroat energy, but very underground. So something this person's thinking, but they're going, oh no, I'm not giving. And I'm going to take and take and take. Like, this is mine. It belongs to me. I deserve it. So this is the attitude. So if we're looking at a partner like that, it won't be conducive to results. But there's somewhere here, there's a union of hearts that is, what do you call that? What did they say? That defies explanation, okay? So this may be part of the cycle situation. We may have someone in our midst here where, okay, maybe we either got out of a relationship or we had some lessons that we did not learn. And it's blatantly obvious here. I'm getting the energy. We did not learn from this. We just didn't. And what's going on here is we may be jumping right into another one here where not only did we not learn our lesson from the last, but we are going to kind of take more. We're going to, the sense I'm getting here is we're going to give even less in the future. Like if it's a lesson of giving ourselves or our hearts, we're going to shut it down one more notch and go in another direction. So this is, you may have a mate coming, a union, right, of a mate coming up to you, but just there's an energy here of blockage. So we'll see where that sits. Now, on top of the High Priestess of Fire, which is that Aries fire energy, she's going out to get what she wants, no matter who opposes or whatever. She just, that's the plan here. Feel that it's stronger as we go through the reading. It says, embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So if being emotional to a partner is something that you're refusing to do, this is going to create problems. That'll open you up, right? If you use your emotional center, you can open yourself up. I feel like this person's being strategic to get what they want, not necessarily thinking about anything in an emotional way. Now, when we're talking about differences, what do we get here? It says, show simple acts of kindness. Acts of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. So the feeling here is that we may have an Aries in a mode where they're just not, they're not lovey-dovey. We'll put it that way. So they're needing to show that outward. So we may have a rough time. We may have had a breakup. I'm feeling like there's someone in transition here, in betwixt relationships, if you will. And we're either looking for a new partner or test driving a few here. And because of what happened in the past, we might be shutting everything down and going, piss on you. I'm going in this direction and ain't nobody going to get any emotion from me. Ain't nobody going to get this, that, and the other. So they're shutting all the valves down that they gave to the other person. Again, not going to get good results there. But nonetheless, these are the lovey-dovey things that you can do to open that back up and let that flow in a good way. Okay. So now we're going to head into the romance area and see what's going on there. Okay, first card. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. That's your sign. So if you're a male, that could symbolize you. Someone who is very, sorry, I just have to look. I don't know if he's trying to get that sash down from the tree or if he's putting it up there or what the hell. But anyway, he's very adventurous, okay, masculine or feminine. very inquisitive, up for anything. They're in relationships. These people don't like staying in one spot too long. They like to keep it moving. They go for the adventure, and then when things settle down into groovy energy, they're gone. They're out of there. So they speed through things. They are not the fastest guy in the deck. They're the second fastest. They will stay for a bit, but they'll move quite quickly onward and upward. So again, full of excitement, energy, up for anything, party hardy, this kind of thing. So that's the energy that either we're in or that is our energy. So just making aware of that, or something that's coming at us, right? Next card is the King of Cups. This is interesting. If you're a female, this may be two suitors. Now, we have a knight and a king in this rank here. Kings are usually marriage material, and when we have a King of Cups, that's someone who's very emotionally free and open. So you may have either someone coming in this way to you, or yeah, that's what I'm getting. Give me a minute, because I'm trying to think about the masculines here. And I feel like the masculines, if we're flipping this to a masculine reading, I feel like there's a masculine out there who, if he's an Aries, right, he's in his heart-centered place, and he's going forward quite quickly and adventurously. But because he's got, it's like, for the masculine, it's his energy is pushing him forward from his heart. So this is good. This pumps up this guy to marriage material. He could be adventurous and carry all of that, but he also's got commitment here. He's throwing all his liquids in one cup. So this is the sign of, what do you call that? Loyalty and emotional security, emotionally mature, this kind of thing. Tones down the adventure a bit into really good stuff here. So again, if you're masculine, you may be going outward toward someone and going above and beyond your natural traits to find a mate. Really sounds like I'm on a science project here, but yeah, towards a partner. Now for the female, I feel like she's being very adventurous, not wanting to stay in one spot. And this is just making her aware that we got to keep in mind what we want here. Do we want stability? And if we do, we have to open our emotional center and get more creative with that. So there's a difference there between the masculine and the feminine going outward. Next card, strength, right? And in here, right, we're talking about pushing someone. He's trying so hard to push someone off that pedestal, and they just will not budge. They're in cement. I feel like for the feminines, this is the Aries. For the masculines, this may be the masculine looking at another partner here that they're trying to pull their way. I feel like it's in the way for the masculines. I feel like it's in a way of getting attention from this person, like trying to gain their attention. Like, hey, without being too obvious, look over here, that kind of thing. Not being obvious at all, maybe too subtle is the problem for the masculine here. It's interesting. They're splitting the energies, masculine, feminine. I used to do that. I just don't have time anymore to split them. I used to edit and the whole bit. So now I'm going into my infinity cards. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this. So first card on top of that, King of Wands, charging station. Codependent. So part of our problem here may be that we are codependent. Now, I was talking about I want from something. Yeah, this may be the problem, charging station. These are kind of tongue-in-cheek. This means that we are taking charge from someone else for something we need, right? Plugging into someone else because we can't supply this for ourselves. So it may be money, it may be a job, it may be a home, it may be whatever. So be aware of that. I feel like the feminine is doing this highly. For the masculine, I feel like they're more evolved. I feel like the masculine Aries compared to the feminine Aries are quite mature in a way that, and I may be picking up on different age groups, I don't know. but they're more emotionally mature in a way where they know that they want to settle down, where the Aries that I'm picking up on the females here is just not in that state. But they need to understand from that height, and they're just not. They're kind of being more self-centered, so they're worrying about their own selves, not a partner. Where the masculine is starting to open up emotionally, which brings in more of that energy to want to work together long term. So yeah, so there may be codependence involved here for the feminine, especially for the masculine. I think he's watching that he doesn't get taken advantage of in that way. Now, on top of the King of Cups, this is interesting because we get silence, clamming up, and that speaks to not speaking. Yeah, I feel like he's got some warm feelings for someone. He just doesn't want to go outward and display as of yet, is what they said, quote unquote, as of yet. We're not going to display this yet. We're just watching, or again, trying to get someone's attention. Some guys, we're just not successful yet. So we're clamming up here, kind of maybe looking around for a little bit on the masculine, looking around the scenery a little bit. Even though we are on lockdown, there's ways, right? Digitally that we can do this. So on the strength card, okay, we have the soulmates card come out again. So we may have the masculine. I do feel we are honing in, zoning out to a soulmate. I feel like the feminine is going to do the same, only I feel like the feminine is really on lockdown herself emotionally. So she's not going to get very far. She's going to have to learn some lessons here. We may even be in a rejection mode, meaning we want a partner on the female end here. I hope everybody's keeping up with me. We want a partner, but our heart is closed emotionally. We don't understand that just doesn't work. So we're going to go forward and kind of reject. Unbeknownst to us, we're going to reject our partners. Now the masculine is zoning in to find a partner, and I feel like we're looking for longer term than we've had, or at least a better quality of partner than we've had in the past. Because I feel like the masculine here, I'm picking up on an Aries, is very centered, very clear cut what he wants. Now he's just got to go outward and find it, is what I'm getting. And so masculine or feminine, there's the soulmate coming forth. For the feminines, we got to watch for codependence. And for the masculines, he's watching for that outside. Okay, so now again, 18 plus. On top of these cards, we get into the sexual areas, so some of these can be quite graphic. On top of the knight, I'm going to put him forward because this is about fast action, right? Moving forward quickly through things quickly. Codependence, we got to watch for that. And then, yeah, boom, there it is. That's the Tower. And also talking about spinning in circles, which this card here denotes about cycling. These two are very similar. As you know, this housing unit kind of goes in a circle, like spindles down, cycles round, everything's circular. We just kind of end up back where we started. This is kind of the sense from this card as well. And it also talks and speaks to fate. So it seems like for the feminines, for sure, since I'm splitting this reading up, the feminines here are going to come across another partner. They did not learn what they needed to learn from the last partner. Let that go. Now they're going to go headlong into the exact same thing in a different package, right? So they need to learn. They've got a cycle here they need to learn. They're just going to keep repeating it until that is done. Now, next card, on top of the silence, which I was getting heavily for the masculine. Again, the female is in a not as a vibrant mode as she usually is. Did I say that right? No. She's not as vibrant as she usually is. She's out there gregarious and da da da, how you doing, da da da, in everybody's face. She's kind of quiet because, again, I feel like we've come from a situation here where we were put in our place for this lesson, so we kind of don't know how to go from here. Okay. And this is the silence for the feminine. For the masculine, they're just laying low and they're looking at, their next prospects. So, right, both of them are thinking about new lovers. Now, the Ten of Cups is about satisfaction on the emotional fronts, physically as well. So, we're both looking for somebody who fits that mold in those areas, okay? Highly important. I feel like for the feminine here, I'm getting tuned in that there's something very specific in the bedroom that she's looking for. She wants to fill that for sure. And that may be what's going on here, what she's looking for. That either she never got it from the partner before and may have and that created problems or issues, or she held it back from the part. It's very fuzzy, but there's something there in the sexual area with these Aries that's just not quite getting something they wanted there. So maybe that's what they're leaning forward with. Yeah, I'll keep going forward here. So on the strength, which is for the female, I felt like she was just holding her strength in a certain area. And again, a soulmate's coming forward to help her with that. For the masculine, we may be, what was it for the masculine here? Yeah, trying to get to be seen is what I get for the masculine. It's like, hey, over here, because she's really looking at the lion, she's not looking at him, is the sense I get for the masculine Aries. Okay, so the soulmate, right? On top of that, we get 13. Yeah. This talks about Virgin. This card is interesting because it's like the Page of Pentacles. Now, again, it doesn't seem like a virgin doing this to me, but what does come out here is the fact that we may be involving ourselves with a new relationship here where, technically it's kind of virgin to them, right? To them, we are going to be a new physical partner. So that's kind of, that's the energy it seems to pop up with this one. Attracting a new partner and having the first stages of intimacy in that way. That makes sense to you. Okay. On top of the 10 there, which talks about fate and about cycles and about looping as well. It's doubled up on the energy there. To clarify that, we get the, 9 of Cups. Yeah. 9 of Cups, and that is getting to know someone intimately. So masculine or feminine, this is a goal. We want to be pleased emotionally, and I feel like for the male, this is high on his list. He realized that he had a partner before that was there, but I feel like there was no connection in the heart, right? We had someone there, but not necessarily any depth to that. So he is highly attuned to want to spend a little more time in that area emotionally. Getting I feel like the Aries really wanted to put more effort into things, which is good for a masculine to do that. And then for the female, same thing. We're going to get to know, but I feel like it's more devious with the female for some reason. I'm getting a devious energy. Like I'll prep him here so I can get what I want. And what is it that we want? I don't know yet. It's an underlying energy here that we're still after. The female's after something. So I'm not quite sure what that is yet. So on top of the 10, the emotional energy here. What do we get? Ooh, we get 8 of Pentacles. That's kind of opposite of what's just happening here. So give me a minute. Yeah. We may have people in flux. So meaning this is one relationship and this may be another. So we may be not having sex with a partner and going outward with someone else, or wanting to, or switching gears in that way. We've been kind of rejected, or there's something here not going on. Give me a minute. I'm going to flip it down to masculine and feminine. Yeah. I am getting for the masculine that he was refused in the bedroom. And see, this is interesting because the masculine, the energy I'm getting here is he was putting in effort, but the woman wasn't communicating. But she just wasn't physically involved either, like rejecting him physically but not giving reasons, not giving, whatever. So there was something there that wasn't understood by the masculine. Now and when I say masculine, I'm meaning a masculine Aries and a feminine Aries, not like your pairings, an Aries with a masculine feminine. I'm talking about masculine because they're splitting it. Now for the feminine, I feel like there is someone that's knocking up her door here. She's just not interested in anything. And they're interested highly on the physical side, and they're just not. But there is someone here that they are interested in, and they're going in that direction. But this person doesn't know that, and they're still either attempting, or I feel like this is more than just flirting, because this is in the sex area. So someone here that is putting on the Ritz for us, and we're not going there. So that's what I'm getting for the feminine. Now, on top of that, I don't know, Virgin. Again, the energy of sex with a new partner, first time sex with a new partner, that kind of thing. Feel like both masculine and feminine Aries will be dipping into this at some point. We get the Eight of Swords, man, 988. Huh. Again, now the drapery in the background is green. It always makes me feel healing, and the healing is behind the man. The woman is under a blue. Yeah. Give me a minute. The Sword of Truth is there, meaning this man, if you're an Aries masculine, okay, you're engaging intimately with someone here or wanting to. This kind of background is always somebody lurking. I don't feel it's third party, but somebody is paying special interest and kind of doesn't like putting their nose where it doesn't belong, is the sense I get. Now, again, with the masculine, I feel like they're either wanting to go forward passionately with a partner. There may be some truths here they have to figure out in their own life in order to do this properly. Because I feel like the masculine is yet to indulge this. They're wanting to go forward, and they may even have their eye on someone, but they've yet to do it. And it may be because they still have a partner. Okay. And it may not be. It may just be that they're kind of in that mode where I got out of one. I need some time. So whatever way that fits. There's some truths here that the masculine has to deal with. Now, for the Aries feminine, I feel like really what this comes down to is kind of a shifty energy here of healing that needs to come forth, but I don't feel like the female is willing to look at it at all. I feel like the female's just really self-centered, period. Okay? So those are the energies. Seems like they're kind of in flux here. Physically, with partnerships, we may be in flux, not getting too many solid relationships here. And if it is a solid relationship, it's something that we're kind of physically, we're not happy in the bedroom. That's for sure. And we're, could be looking outside for assistance with that. But again, I'm not going to venture out and say but for the most part, I'm picking up on singles that want a new partner or are getting out of a relationship and going into. So the universal energies that I get to help you out with everything here, we get the Sun in Taurus, talks about practicalities, boost self-worth and finances. Number 2 is the number. Give me a moment. Yeah, Sun is full on energy. Practicalities. Yeah, dealing with practicalities. This may be something that the Aries female may need to distract herself with, to pull herself off enough of the topic here to see better. To kind of see from a broader perspective, get into work or get into a different deter our eyes a little bit so that we can see clearer, is the sense I get for the female. For the masculine, I feel like he's just dealing with his practicalities, the money and all of that. Typically kind of male, right? Wanting to be solid in that way. So if we're going out and venturing for a partner, we're trying to keep our finances in line, especially if we've just broken up from someone. I feel like that might be significant. We may have had an adjustment in that way. Okay, so that is Aries, 3455. Now, Leo. Just give me a sec here. Okay, first card for Leo. 4 Cups. That is discontent. Look at that. Really? I didn't have that much of a glare last time. 4 Cups is about discontent. You got all these full cups coming at you, and it's kind of no interest in going in that direction, looking. Boredom, discontent, right? Leos, they like to be active and do things, and if they have to stop, this is where they're sitting. I'm bored. I gotta get out and do move and shake, right? So this makes sense. The next card is Princess of Cups. Look at that. So this is quite blatantly saying to me that we have love offerings. Now the princess is sorry. Princess can offer apologies. They can offer caring, and they can also offer love towards another. And the sense, I mean, look at it. She's offering right to, and it's like me. So it seems like the Leo may be in a position here where they're being offered love from someone. This may be a partner, is what they said, that we're just not interested in investing in love, right? They're both green, having to do with the heart chakras. Is making me think, man, this just shut right off. And I don't know if you can tell here, but in her dress, it looks like butterflies on here. Look at that. I gotta put that up there. Looks like butterflies. It is. And roses, right? Come on. Her dress, it's in there. It's like butterflies. And she's just offering. The page can also have the energy of offering from a pure heart as well, right? A little bit flighty, right? But from a pure heart. And again, Leo's just not interested for whatever reason. Now, next, certain directions. This could be a partner or 2 of Coins. Yeah, 2 of Coins is usually about needing to balance things. Now that haven't seen this card come out, is a new deck of mine. Is usually they're up or down, like the 2 coins are in different positions, signaling an imbalance. But they're very low on the scale here. And she's looking at the ships, and it's almost like, yeah, come in. And then there's another ship in the background here. So it's making me think like day and night, right? What's the deal here? Almost like this Leo has stuff to deal with. Give me a minute to fish this out. That it's like having a hard time seeing the light of day or opposite. Well, being stuck in some dark energy here, especially having to do with either offering love outward or accepting it from coming in. We're just not, kind of almost the sense I'm getting here is like, not only are we bored, but we're highly, highly discontent. And we're just not interested. Sorry, flutter all of a sudden. Not interested in it at all. At all. Okay, next line. On top of the 4 cups, we get chaos. Yeah, we got to watch for that, right? Because with boredom is the devil's plaything, right? Chaos. So we may have some or had some chaos going on around us that has created this apathy here. We just don't want to, we don't want to get involved. We don't want to create chaos. That's what they said. Creating. Oh, where are my lozenges? I moved everything. Sorry, guys. I didn't have a tickle at my throat before. Now I got it. It's funny because it's in the Leo reading. Maybe there's something we need to say that we're not saying. We got to spit it out. We're very unhappy for a reason, but nobody knows what that reason is. So we can share it. Feel free to share it because that just really gets underneath everything. We don't have to go through this energy so often or for so long. So anyway, not want to create chaos. Maybe the problem here is Leo don't want to say a thing. They're choking on it to the degree that it's going to create havoc for them anyway. And two, nobody's going to know how to solve your mood because you're just not letting anybody in on it, right? Sometimes things can be really simple. We just need to come forth and be that or do that. So anyway, Princess of Cups, that's about the offerings around us of love or caring that it seems like we just don't want to dip into. Next card we get is Vision, and I'm going to read from the book here because I have a feeling. What does it say there? Aphrodite. Yeah, wow. Because isn't she's, well, I'm not going to, because I'm thinking she's like, Aphrodite's like love stuff, right? Not up here. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to read there. Yeah. I'm just going to read. Sorry. I'll probably get more stuff after I read it. So when this symbol comes, it means that no matter what you lose in your life, something better will replace it. So we may be in this mode because we've lost something. Some of them may have lost something, so they are in a sense of not being able to be happy. So if that's the case, something better may be coming. Now, in the House of Night, there will be a young, beautiful vampire who will lose her mark, but gain great vision into the future. And even if a loss feels devastating at the moment, you still have so much to gain. And if your question is about the future, choose another card. What do you know? We have one more to go. The magical vision that you will receive here gives you temporary power to see the future as a vast place full of possibility and potential. Your next card will prove insight into the conditions ahead of you. To know the future is to be prepared. So seems like either we're trying to work our way out of chaos, we got rid of chaos, something happened here that may have been chaotic to deal with. And now, another energy too is that we may be just in shock of that, right? The aftershocks of that, of something chaotic going on. Now, again, this is kind of just pointing us to the next card, but the overall symbol here is that if you do lose something, it will be replaced in a better way, and there is much to gain. Yeah, temporary power to see the future. So be aware of your instinct at this time, because I feel like we may know internally what's coming in a certain way. Now, next card. What is it? Focus. Now, this looks like a Sagittarian card to me, but fire no less. Okay. Focus 17. The sense I'm getting here is we really do have to focus on those things that are bothering us in order to find a solution to, because fire signs can be very, what's another word other than focus, can be very to the point about things, just very cut through everything, right? And I feel like this is the thing that the Leo may not be doing here. They may be just kind of overlooking or just kind of hovering in a brain fog, but they really can become quite focused and figure out what needs to be done here. But we're just kind of in such an apathetic mood that we're not doing anything about it. We're just sitting and hovering in it. Okay. Okay. Let's 17. So focus. When you draw this, it is a wonderful sign that with focus, you will achieve what you want. So when we're talking about looking to the future, we need to focus on what it is that we truly want. Again, a need to speak. These Leos need to be more expressive. I'm getting that more and more here. If I give you an arrow and a bow to use, how will you shoot and hit your mark? This is a reminder that you must let go of all distractions and have the courage to give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever you focus on, so keep your eye on the target. However, remember that you can't control every outcome. Just as the wind can influence the path of your arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. So that may be significant for you. Okay, I feel like I got the rack backwards, but whatever. Okay, so love cards to kind of help soften all this energy, right? First love card on top of all that chaos, we get true love. True love is a once-in-a-lifetime love. Now, that's just a statement. So we may have someone in our midst here that is worthy of this or gives of this, right? Because we have this person going outward. So we may have someone in our midst showing us love and affection, but we're just truly not in the mode to receive it or give it back. So just making you aware that love is really kind of what makes the world go round here. And to make time for it is really what they just said. Make more time for love, right? Instead of being in that apathetic. But again, how do you get out of it? How do you get out of that apathetic mode? You got to think more in a loving way. On top of the, what was this card? Vision. Yeah, I was going to say that. Top of the vision. I feel like that's just really focusing your mind, because it's hard when you're in a low-key state to really pep yourself up and, think about love and all that when you're just hovering in that. So we got to get ourselves out. How do we do that? We imagine things that make us happy and we go toward those things. Now, the love card, to expand on that, back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. So you may have someone around you that you may not want to receive love from. So this is giving you a chance to go, you know what? This isn't what I want. I can go out and get, or I need to go out or whatever. Yeah, this is just giving you the time to notice that. And, if you have, sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but if you have partners in flux here, especially fire signs, right? They're so busied up that sometimes they don't even pay attention. There's just a big whirlwind of fire moving and shaking and keeping themselves so busy that they don't realize that the partner that they're with is not the one that they want to be with. So now that we have this time, right? This time of change, absolute change for these fires, they have to sit still. They don't like that. And not only that, they didn't realize what they had going on in their life, and now they're taking note. This is what's going on. So the energies are just saying, well, if you don't like this, then go to what you do love and then go in that direction, right? And we got to focus on that so we can figure out what that is. Now, on top of the focus, they have expressed love through gifts. So if you have a loving partner, try and do this in this way. It may be an easier way than going outward and expressing affection, is the sense I get. This person may not be touchy-feely and all romantical and all, what do you call that, in that mode. They may not be that kind of a person. So if you're not, then use gifts as a way to open doors or show appreciation instead of physical affection if it's not your thing. Okay, so those are the doors as we open into the love and romance, which this should be interesting for the Leo. Okie dokie. Okay, first card on the romance for Leo. There he is again. Page of Cups. Now this guy in this deck, he is emotionally immature. And the sense I'm getting here is that this is the Leo's energy. unfortunately. But again, you could be in receipt of this, or you can be pushing this out. You can be quite emotionally immature with your partner, or the partner can be this way to you, and maybe that is why the apathy is there. This could be happening. Next card, because he's like, I don't care, I got another cup, see? You know, like he's very flippant, this guy in the romance area, just come in and away you go. You know, there's no holding. He's just emotionally immature. That's what I say. Next card. What do we know? We have another character here. Page of Cups. This is interesting because this can be an evolution process here. Now let me tap in. Oh, okay. They're going, nope, this is the Leo and this is their partner. Their partner offering love to them again, and we're being emotionally frivolous. With all of it, right? We're not taking it seriously or taking it as it's intended, is what they said word for word. We're not taking as it's intended. This person's taking things seriously, and the Leo is going, they're not accepting it in the same vibration as the sense I'm getting, which is an interesting, weird thing. But nonetheless, that's what they're telling me. Next. 9 of Pentacles. That is stable, sturdy, strong relationship. One that is absolutely ironclad. These two trust each other. They're friends. They're everything, you know. They're great, you know, comfortable lovers. They're great companions. They tell, you know, at the end of the day, they're talking to each other, telling everybody and everything that they've done in their day, and they're excited to hear like they're the best of friends and they're lovers and the whole bit. So this kind of doesn't match with the energy that I'm getting. But again, this could be a funk that we're in. We may be in the most, because this is the most solid relationship card of the deck. This is the couple that is just so secure with their relationship, being nothing going to break them up. Nobody even tries because they're so solid. This kind of stuff. So this may be part of the problem. Maybe the Leo wants more adventure and it's just too secure, too predictable too, right? So this may be part of the problem. I don't know. But the sense here is someone's being frivolous. Again, pick your side with the relationship, and the other person is really trying to put in an effort with love and emotion, is being almost rejected to the degree it's almost rejected. But somewhere along the line here, we got someone here that we just feel like we can trust with everything. And so maybe that's the adventure is gone. So the Leos loosen their spirit. I don't know. So next cards, okay. Infinity cards. We can get to the bottom. If there's anything here. Okay. Page of Cups. Ooh, we have war. We have the Fight Club card. So we may have had, okay, here we go. We may have had a fight with our partner, right? Even though we've had situation. Look at, I love these cards. I made them, by the way, but I'm just not bragging here. Yeah, it's interesting because that we've got our ego up is what it is. Our ego's going, flip you, right? Flip you over. And the sense here is we may have had almost like the Aries. But the sense here is we're not going to say nothing. We're just pissed, right? We may have had a fight within a relationship here. And this person may be on the how do you say, apology end, right? Trying to make inways, and we're not up for it. Don't want to make nice yet, right? This may be what's going on. Okay, so on a Knight of Cups, yeah. Look at this, Chaos Maker again. So somebody here is making chaos. Now, we got it on the Knight, and I don't feel it's him. But somehow, chaos was made here, okay? And a fight started, broke out, right? Yeah, something funny here. A scenario. And I do feel, because they're showing me like a line, and then they got this blip, and then it goes straight. So there was what's the word? Like a blowout here that's not normal for this relationship, okay? So maybe, excuse me, maybe it's someone from the outside that kind of blew something in here that maybe doesn't belong, and we got our ego hurt and we're still trying to heal from that. Or one or the other of us really blew a fuse here, and it may be a lesson in where where not to go in the relationship, but nonetheless, something needs to be learned here. Communication needs to come back is what I'm getting. And I feel like one of the partners is really trying to make inroads, and the other partner's like, I just, no, I'm not, no, I can't. So I don't know if this is a breaking point. I don't feel like it is at this point, but we'll see in the bedroom how things go. Now on the 9, they're talking about the stability again. This is like beyond soulmates. This is comfort plus plus plus. It's just comfort all the way around. Like, we're so comfortable. We don't worry about cheating. We don't worry. Everything's groovy. On top of that, look at this. We get danger, crisis. And that's not good. We got chaos, and danger means this could be a splitting point for this argument that we had, and this chaos that surrounds us could be a breaking point for this relationship, is really what's coming across here. And one of the parties is just not taking it seriously. I feel the other party is kind of suckholing or sucking up. But at the same time, we're just not on the same level here to communicate properly, no matter, right? So, sex end. Here we go. First card on top of the Fight Club. So again, some kind of an argument or chaos broke out here, and we're at a tipping point where we could actually break this relationship right apart. We get the Lovers on top of that. And I'll just emotional immaturity, fighting, and Lovers. So Lovers card is about intimacy. It's about getting together physically. Period. That's what it's about. Okay. Next, on top of the chaos and the Knight, which develops a little farther in his heart center. But again, he doesn't stay for too long, but he likes the grand gestures and whatnot. I feel like this is one or the other of the partnership trying to make amends. Top of that, we get the 14. I'm going to read because a lot of these I get confused. From the book. There's not a lot of graphics here to work from. This guy got the sword of truth standing right there. So there is a truth that may have come forward here that caused this argument or, whatnot. And that may be the crux of everything here. Okay. So I'm going to read here. 14, yeah, of swords. So that'd be like that's the king. Because it's 10. 11 is the knave, knight, queen, king. Yeah. And this talks about judge, power, charisma, command, tired of being in authority. Yeah, and there is a sense of I'm tired. Like I don't even want to fight, or I don't want to communicate to make this right. I don't want to try anymore. Like, that's the sense I'm getting. Okay, that doesn't really give me anything, but it's about power, charisma, and command. So somebody is sitting here in their power. And I feel like it's the Leo, right? Because I feel like the Leo's feeling very, like they feel they have the right to be in the mode that they're in, okay? And the other person is trying to get them out of that. So I feel like this is the power position for them. Okay. So as we move into the danger zone here and talking about the sturdy couple, like we have a history of being sturdy, but there's a danger point here. Oh, we have the 3 of swords. This is a sad card when it comes to, because this is really a woman. She's in a lavish house, and with the curtains are, I imagine in the background there's a great gold bed with posts and all the draperies and everything, and she just come out of being with her lover, and she's looking out the window and she's looking into a building that's disheveled and and she's dreaming about being anywhere but where she's at. And this is the sense I'm getting from the Leo. They just really are not happy here. It's not pleasing them in a lot of levels. They just want out, and it's not something that they're talking about. They're just really in a mode where in their mind, they're just not there anymore. Now, it's interesting that we have the Lovers card, and I feel like either we're still engaging physically with the partner, or we're just dreaming of a love that is to be like this. Because the sense I'm getting is a lot of this energy is just not conducive for physical activity. So either we're kind of jumping gears here, because this is kind of after we may indulge in this with the partner, knowing that we don't feel lovingly towards them and all of that, and then when we're done, we're looking out the window at something else, dreaming of something else. So it's really a sad energy. But anyway, one further on top of the Lovers card. Four of Pentacles. There it is. Look. So no, this is dreamland. Why? Because this is her. She's just not enthused. Like, don't. It's just not taking part in it. Right? The man is attempting. Again, I feel like there's someone here attempting to make progress. He's got a fire behind him, right? Burning for her. She's just couldn't be bothered. So yeah, Four of Pentacles very much about, again, rejecting such a passiveness that it comes out as a rejection. Okay. Now, on top of the powerful way that this person feels they're just done here. Yeah, just apathy for the whole relationship, the whole everything. It's just not, they're not happy. On top of that, we get the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is about, this can be about engaging in sex when one person wants it more than us. Because the five is really a tipping point, and a lot of times it's chaotic energy. And here I see the man is kind of being titillated and the woman is playing into that. But how do we know she's fully in? And with her black dress, we just don't know what kind of mode she's in. And the Sword of Truth, again, there's truths here that need to be told. And I feel like for the Leo, they need to speak what they're feeling to the partner so that the partner knows. Because the partner's trying here, and there's just, it's kind of unfair to leave them out of the loop, is the sense I'm getting. We're kind of leading them on a road here. Even if we are a long-term couple, we're leading them on a road here where we're thinking that things are better off than they are, and they're just not. So we need to communicate that. On top of the Three of Swords, which is about dreaming, about being anywhere but where you are. And this woman just came out of bed from a partnership, and she's looking out the window longingly, wanting to be anywhere. We have the 8. Oh, there she goes. Okay, so the 8, that's my dream of love card. This is the dream. We want to be out there and somebody grab us in a way that just says passion and full on, right? Not where we're like, couldn't care less. We want to be in a passionate way, and I feel like this Leo, for some reason, is not, or your partner, you or your partner, is not in this mode. So this may not be such a surprise, right, to the other partner, but it does need to be communicated. We can't keep going in a way where we just kind of engage in things half-heartedly. It's just kind of not fair. Because the other person, I feel, is putting quite a genuine, or what they can bring forth for. And if we're just kind of like a limp spaghetti, it just is not fair. So this is about dreaming of a love, right? It's all kind of a lighter card, and they're dancing around the courtyard, and I don't know. That's what I attune to be the dreaming of love card. Because we all want to be waltzing in the garden with the man of our dreams, and this seems like it's not happening, or seems like we're just not happy in this mode. So unfortunately, that is the Leo reading. So the energies universally here, horoscope, Sun in Pisces, higher purpose. Align yourself with love and wisdom. Think about your higher purpose and see how that goes. That doesn't reroute you in a way where you can make more progress. Pisces is a very deep energy. They really look into things quite deeply. Meditation is a deep connection that they want to make. I feel like this is what's lacking from the Leo energy. They're wanting to make deeper connections. They're just not feeling it, or they don't want to go in this direction, and they need to be revived. And that fire needs to be burned up. Not burned up, but enlivened, right? Lit. We need to get that moving again. It's just not the capabilities here. I feel like just kind of done. Our choo-choo is just stopped. It's gone. So search for more depth. The sun in Pisces talks to higher purpose in this card. It also talks about meditating and getting, zoning into yourself and figuring out what you want. And again, there's a lot of cards here about focusing on looking for what you do want and then just go in that direction. So hopefully that helps you. 105, 60. So the last of the fire signs tonight here is Sagittarius. So get on with it. First card for the Sag. Again, this could be whenever you click on it. I zone it out to make, how you say, I'm not saying that properly. I'm putting it out for so that they're timeless. Whenever you click, then it'll be good for you at that time. 5 of Wands for Sagittarius. Oh, this is backwards. That's, yeah, just give me a sec here. Yeah, that can be about struggle, even though everybody looks pretty cordial here. That can be about struggle, right? 5 of Wands about arguments and disruptions and whatnot. So this may be going on in our life right now. We may be amongst people and arguing. I feel like, again, this coronavirus thing is keeping us all in one place. I feel like this is not the ideal for the Sagittarius. They're used to being out, not stuck with people that they don't want to be with, type thing, and maybe didn't realize this at the time, but nonetheless, right? These fire signs are realizing a lot over this period of being locked into one place and needing to sit still. This is really eye-opening for the fire signs, I feel. Ace of Swords is the next, okay? So that is attached to the root chakra here, the colors, right? Throat. 5 of Wands, 5 of Wands here. That is about communication and communicating outwardly. So this is how it's going to hit you. We may be communicating in an argumentative way or having people do that to us. Ace of Swords is grounded. Now that's about truth and victory, clarity as well. Yeah, with that grounded energy, I feel like the Sagittarius is very highly rooted in their life and the truth of their life at this time. People around it, not so much, but their life and what they're grounded in, their work, their stability, and their money. This is where their PowerPoint is, okay? Everything else outside of that, I feel like this is where the arguments are coming in at this particular time for whatever reason. Now, next card, 2 of Cups, okay? So that brings the love relationship into view and full focus. I gotta watch how fast I go. Oh, with my words. Into full focus. I want to put an R in there. Give me a moment. So it may be a partner that we're having problems with at this time during isolation. Maybe fights over money and how we're going to deal with certain situations, maybe not seeing eye to eye, okay? So as we expand here, 5 of Wands, we get beauty. That's interesting. I'm going to read right from the book because I don't know if it's directly expanding from this. I get ego from this card rather than beauty. But nonetheless, like we might be pushing our opinions too forcefully outward on our partner. But we'll see what we get from here. Beauty. Every every rose has its thorns, and the symbol of beauty reminds you that beauty is never perfect. And just as the beautiful experiences you have will not be perfect forever. So we may have some expectations here of someone or something that are not holding up, is really what I get. When you revel in beauty that is true, you can look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you are already perfect as you are. And when you choose this symbol, it's a sign of beauty that is all around you. Keep a positive attitude and expect wonderful things, and they will come to you. See yourself as beautiful and know that beauty is not skin deep. It includes qualities that lie well beneath the surface, so look for a truer beauty in others as well, and always look beyond appearances. So, what do they call that? Shallow, like being shallow. Beware of being too shallow when dealing with others. Yeah, good point. Okay, next card. Ace of Swords. Again, the grounded root of the Sagittarian. I feel like they have a firm ground that they feel like they're coming from, but it's in one certain area. Everything else is kind of blurry. I don't know if that's translating well, but this card is denial. Interesting. Yeah, denial. So we may have some things here that are coming at us that we are in high denial of at this time. So it says, not everything is in reach, and sometimes I must create distance between what I want and when or how I'm meant to receive it. I feel like there's an expectation here because this seems to be wrapped in a love package of our partner. Like either we have a partner that we considered at one point, because I get a feigning interest here. Like, oh, they're beautiful, and that's what attracts us, that's what brought them in. And we just figured that everything else about them would be perfect as well, but that's not holding up. This is the sense I'm getting. And maybe over this time we just never realized that, right? Because now we're sitting still and we're looking at our lives more intently than normal. It's a unique opportunity to stop and stare at your own life and figure out what's going on. And we're realizing why, because we are stopped from avoiding, right? Denial can be easily done if you're a busybody, you're running around doing things. Denial is usually high in those types of people. Why? Because they're busy, too busy doing everything else. They have no time. Now they've got time. They're not making it. They're forced to make it. And they're realizing things. This is what's happening here. So it says, consider the weight for your highest good. The weight here that we have, that we're, to get back to work or to get back to normal or whatever that may be. You're not meant to achieve what you want right now. Keep the faith, for if you wait and show patience, I will reveal some wondrous things later. This is a gentle warning not to get caught up in your desire to reach your goals too soon. You may choose your fruit that only looks ripe and juicy. And in this case, I alone know when the time is right. Patience, my child. Okay, so this person is really trying to decide if that is ripe for the picking, really. If something's ripe for the picking. I don't get a lot more from that, other than the fact that, yeah, really what I'm getting from this, I'm going to repeat it again, is the fact that we may be in a relationship here that we didn't realize the depth of our partner, because we were only looking surface deep, like skin deep. Now we've got time and energy and whatnot. We realize that we have been in denial of this all along, so we're starting to see that. I'm going to leave it there. We're starting to see that not only did we not have the perfect mate, but maybe this isn't the mate for us. Da, da, da. Okay, so on the Two of Cups, what do we have there? Understanding. That's a good card. Like, I get a good vibe from it. I'm going to go intuitively first here. I get a sense here of needing to understand this. Again, being too busied up before. We just didn't see it and we didn't want to see it. I don't feel we were really, well, yeah, denial. It's not just a river, right? Okay. So 43, is that 43 or 34? 43. I'm going to read that one too. Which is just down the line here from beauty. Deep and true comprehension. Yeah, and I feel like this time is going to slow us down enough that we're really going to see the details, right? Because we're so busied up in our life, we're not taking tally of our own life. We're not taking stock of what's going on in our life with our partner alone. We're just not paying attention to the partner in a way where there's complete understanding of what's going on here. Okay. And again, this card here, from what I read, there's a sense here that we're trying to get something accomplished in the partnership, not having our way with that. There's a frustration there that I'm feeling. Okay. So anyway, it says here, it's one thing to read something or to hear something, but it's another thing to truly understand it. Ain't that the truth? You're being asked to keep an open mind and heart and allow yourself to absorb information as you receive it. Be open to the wisdom that can come only with time, patience, and perspective. Try to go outside of yourself and imagine that what it is like to walk in someone else's shoes, and to understand that is to have power. And this is what I feel like that's not for the Sagittarians. They're just not doing that for the partner. They're not, may not have ever in this relationship sat and thought from the other person's perspective, how does this make me feel? How does this relationship, if this was being done to me, how would it feel? Right? So that, yeah, that lays heavy there. Okay. So as we get into the love cards, as we move down here on top of the beauty, to expand the loving energy that can help you, it says speak the language of love, right? Talking, communication. Again, these fire signs are so brought up with activity that there's no time for talking, right? Unless, hi, bye, da da da, I'll see you there, da da da. You know, how does that feel for the other person? Again, loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Again, loving words, taking the time to do this can make all the difference. On top of the denial, which ain't just a river, do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else. And I feel like the Sagittarians, even though they're very grounded and rooted financially in work and all of those have to do things, now is the time we are freed up. So we can do those things that we never had time to do before. Why? Because everything's shutting down. Do it. And if you don't choose to do it now, then we know why, right? So understanding the love card there, take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And I feel like the Sagittarian is just so strung up with what has to be done that they don't do those tender things, especially for the partners. It says take a chance on moving more in a love direction. This can be a very awakening time for them, and that they're making me aware of how everybody here is being so attentive and gentle. This one's petting this one's wanting, and this one's coming up and going, hey, how you doing there? Like, well, boy, you're a rabbit, right? Everybody's just being so gentle and kind to everybody else, right? So this is what's going on. And again, a pairing here in a boat as they sail away together, you know, talking, speaking about things that matter. Okay, so point taken. The love stuff. First card on the romance side, we have the Fool, 0. He is someone who usually jets out in different directions. So someone who's footloose and fancy free. And the sense I get with these Sagittarians is that's how they are, whether they're in a relationship or out of it. So we may be wanting to go out of a relationship or wanting to get in one. But either way, we're footloose, fancy free, and we really don't take into account much but our own happiness, right? And he is happy, but he is alone. Okay, next. Queen of Cups. So that is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is a caring, nurturing individual. They are very loving and compassionate. Okay, this guy's really, again, on the surface. He's snorkeling. She's a scuba diver, way down in the depths, right? These two gotta, it's yeah. Well, I'll pick the next card. Next card. Wow. Yeah. 17. This is the star. Okay. But it's interesting because you see the star and then you look deeper and there's a couple holding hands in shadow. So this really denotes to me, what direction are we going to take this relationship? And I really get a mismatch here. I get someone of depth and someone who just wants to play around, have fun, not take anything seriously. And this person is everything emotionally. They've got a lot more depth than this fool guy. Like, this fool can be foolish. He really considers himself. He wants to go forward. I wouldn't say totally selfish, but he's really just skipping through life, And this one is a little more grounded. She needs a little more emotional. She's got more emotions on her mind, literally on her mind, right? The cup is on her head. She is emotional depth personified. Okay. This guy, not so much, right? He, in fact, if you look, he's got flowers on his head showing that somebody else set him aside because he's just not serious enough, right? Somebody might have ditched him here. Through, you give flowers and it's like, take your flowers and stuff them, right? So this is the sense I'm getting. I don't usually get all that information from this guy, or this is what I'm getting dumped on. We have a mismatch here. Someone of depth and someone not so much. Where are we going to take this? That's what they're saying. No. Again, the infinity cards are going to cut this right up. Serve it. Okay. Zero. What do we get? Oh, okay. 69, dude. So this is my deviation card. What does this talk about? It talks about sexual energy. This is someone wanting to deviate from the norm. Period. That's what it is. Somebody just wants to deviate from the normal. So we may have a mismatch here energetically of depth. We have an emotional depth and not so much. And we may have this in the bedroom as well, where we have someone who really wants to deviate from the norm, and maybe the Queen of Cups does not want to do this. Okay. So on top of that Queen of Cups, we have 33, which is interesting. I want to believe it. It's a goofy card again. This is my brain here. 33 is a highly spiritual card. I put the aliens in there because it's all things that are kind of believed but not believed, right? And desire in and amongst that. And I feel like we may have someone here who has a desire for sex and someone who wants a desire for more than just sex, right? We have a desire to go in places here, then it may not match is the sense I'm getting. Okay, on top of what direction we're going to take this, I'm scared. Scared. A pass. Look at that. Look at her nail it. Okay, so this is a pass. Now, interestingly enough, this is going away from the partnership. So somebody in the relationship, whether it's the Sag or the partner, just really wants to take a pass here. Now, usually this is a card about shooting a pass, making a pass at someone. And I feel like one or the others really wants to do that outside of the relationship. And not only that, they want to do that and get into this area. They want to expand in the sexual area, not be, and I feel like somebody else wants to, just the expansion period point here is really, yeah, we're just on different frequencies. This one wants, takes everything lightly, but sexually they want to go out in a different way. This one takes everything heavy and sexually they want to go in a different way. And it's not on the same track. We're just not on the same track. So I feel like both of them, you could ask the question and they're like, yeah, I could look outside. I could probably find a better match outside here. So really, I feel like what direction? I think they should take a pass on this. I feel like a game show. Yeah, pass. We'll go to the next one. Thank you. This is what I'm getting. Oh, so it's sad because we have such a flippancy here, and I hope that the queen understands. Really, I do. I hope she understands that this man is this way, because I feel like he is this way. Like what you see is what you get. But I hope she doesn't think that she can get more out of this guy, because I feel like it's just not there. I feel like this man is just going to, if she tries to tempt more, this again, don't hang your hat on this, but if she tries to get more out of this guy, he's going to eventually go in this direction, and she's just going to be dissatisfied. She's not going to. She wants to believe that there's more out there. She does believe there's more out there, and she's starting to believe that it's. She realizes it's just not in this person. So hard left here is what I'm getting. Okay, on top of that, as we continue, 69, dude, what do we have on there? 0, the Fool, taking things lightly. Well, this is progress, right? The 7 of Swords is about communications. It's about sitting down and having conversations. This could be getting to know. This is further down the road of getting to know. There's 7 swords here. So that talks about a lot of thoughts, a lot of energy that we need to discuss and communicate. So this forebodes well. Why? Because each one of them, and it may be this Fool needs to talk. Now, is this the energy he's going to absorb? I don't know. But there needs to be a discussion here. And I feel like there is, or there will be. Yeah, I do feel it's this energy is going to come forth and say, you know what, I need more. And this person's going to go, you know what, I need more. And we're not jiving. So I feel like this is going to may come together in quite an agreeable manner. We just agree that we're just not apples and oranges here. We're not on the right page. And the best thing to do is just free each other up. So this could go in a really good way. Okay, so far. First card, I shouldn't say that, but Queen of Cups, I want to believe that there's more for me. There is. Number 2. 2 of what? 2 of Wands here. Okay, again, 18 plus. This is really about, again, this talks about deviance, but not so harshly in my card. It talks about indulging in things to a degree, right? I mean, you can take your imagination where you will there, but the bottom line here is kind of the shadows that come out, right? Maybe one or the other of this relationship may be thinking about, okay, hold on, here's a lot of depth. Okay, because of this partner's interest in this to deviate from just, vanilla stuff here, we want to go a little Napoleon or Neapolitan. One or the other is having a hard time with that. It's almost like either they indulged a little bit, and because the shadow is sticking out highly to me, and it's almost like it's scary. I can't handle it. It's not my thing. I don't want it. But they may have tried or indulged or whatever. Okay? This is the sense I'm getting. Now, yeah. So whatever side you fit there, that's that. Now, on top of what direction we're going to take this, and the infinity card's going, we're going to pass on this. Wow. We get 19, which is the Sun. And I do feel like this is really pumping up the energy. This is about a lover that's really, they're going to the other side of the ocean to meet a lover and then go back at night. You can take that in any way you want, really. This could mean that, it's time to move on, or, the sense they're giving me really is somebody in this relationship wanted more intimacy, more out of the intimacy factor, whether it's to experiment, stretch their wings, whatever. The sense I'm giving is that the partner did that, come back, and now we have to deal with that. Now we have to deal with that energy. Where do I sit here? Really, where am I going to go here? What decision am I going to make? North, south, east, or west? And I feel like they're going to make the decision together, but it may not be to stay together, but it may be good because this may be what both people have decided on. So this is really kind of groovy, even though it's kind of giving the energy of foreboding the relationship not surviving this. But I don't feel it's bad because I feel like there's better things on the horizon. Okay. 7. What do you know? We get another 7 now. Yeah, this is another dreamer's card as well. It talks about longevity and what's the word? Indulging in our fantasies, right? There's the dreamy love card, almost like the fake love card. And this is about the romance novels, all of that. So I feel like both these partners are really doing that. They're trying to find that thing that strikes them the right way. They're trying to gain access to that, and they're realizing slowly that it may not be the partner that they're with. So they're I think they're coming across it honestly, but it's still kind of like may have to. But I think it really does feel like it can come off healthy in a healthy way there. Could come off. Now on top of that too, again, I feel like somebody kind of opened their boundaries a bit and just said, you know what, this isn't my thing. They tried to be open in that way that the other partner wanted, but it didn't feel comfortable. It wasn't their thing. Okay, so on top of that, we have the 10 of Wands. Now this is interesting because the 10 of Wands is about quickies, about people that really they get so charged up that they really just they can't even rip their clothes off. They're just ripping each other's clothes and going off in the field and the vines there and just can't hold back. So it's about unbridled passion. I feel like I don't know where that energy sits, because I feel like this is what both partners are really dreaming of. And I think this is, I don't know, something they want to indulge in. I don't know. We'll go forward. What's the last one on top of the Sun card, really? Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's got better things to do than to indulge in sex, right? She's got a man clawing at her physically. She's not having it. But she wants that unbridled passion. She wants to be passionate with someone, but it just doesn't seem to be the one that she's with. I feel like this is part of this. She wants to gain that, where we are so impassioned by a partner that we can't wait to get home. Well, they couldn't wait to get home. They're in the bushes, right? So, and this is about kind of what's going on now. I got to focus on me. And the sense I get, which I don't normally get from this Queen of Pentacles, she's really trying to gain her dignity and her self-worth. And she wants to go for what serves her. She doesn't want to go too far. It's really healthy. I just really get healthy here. And this man really needs to go more in a direction that's suited for him. This is not a match here at all. And they need to go in their directions where they can get what they want. This guy wants, what did he want? The deviation? Go there, go hard. This one wants the soft and slow, the depth of emotion. Go there, find that. That's what I'm getting. So this is really a crux point. It's good. And I feel like it's going to happen in a healthy way. And I think it can be very healing for both of them. And they didn't even know until they're separated. It's very different. Nobody's mad or, we're just realizing things as adult, mature people, really is what I get, which is good. Don't get that very often. Because it probably don't happen very often. Astrology card. Well, we ended on a good note here. Eclipse in Cancer accepted. Well, if that doesn't hit it home. Okay. an emotional phase or domestic development. So this is energy that you can take with you. Acceptance, right? We may be accepting that we are two different people here and we need different things. And the eclipse is stop and start energy. So we may have had a hard time coming to terms with this fact, but as the more that we deal with it, the more solid we are. Cancer also talks to home, right? This doesn't feel like home anymore. It may have at one point, and we may have learned again our lessons here, but seeing the differences start to really pull us apart. I feel like these two are going to really deal with that and move forward in a decent, healthy way. At least that's how I hope. So the eclipse in Cancer, that energy of accepting, right? And almost like look at the handshakes there. That's sort of like handshake. Okay, yeah, we agree. We're going to let this go and we're both going to get better things. Not that you're not good, but you're just not good for me. And I need to find a match for me, and you need to find that match as well. So we're respectful, acceptance that this is what's going on. 8 and 2 is 10, which brings us down to 1. 2 here, we started with a couple, and now they're going to be 2 singles, is really the way I'm getting here. But in the most healthy that I've ever seen in any of the readings that I've done so far. So this is good. To me, it's good because this is, you just need to be where you need to be, and this is not it. So we need to admit that. We've accepted that, and we're going to move forward. It's hard, choppy energy, but we'll get there. Wow. Nice. Okay. So those are the fire signs. Again, sorry, I had as bills to pay, all this shit I had to do today. I just didn't get out. And again, having a hard time with you know what? I didn't even go into Facebook, so I didn't even go in there. But anyway, yeah. So those are the signs. I'll be tomorrow. I'll be doing the rest. Water, and then Earth tomorrow whenever I get around to it. So take care, you guys. Hopefully these help you in some form or another. Yeah, fire. It's hard to keep them down. They just want to burn and burn through things, and they got to really slow down and take life in. And I think the last energy here really cleared things up. So take care, you guys. Have fun. Be kind. There was an announcement I was going to make, but do you think I could remember? No. No. Okay. Take care. Take care. Have fun. Be kind. See you later.